An early spring adventure. Welcome to High Cliff State Park. We got here a little bit later, so we're going to enjoy the fire and cook some dinner. Just grilling some chicken thighs for dinner. Enjoy some sunset along the way. Well, we'll see you in the morning. We'll then check out the campground. But for now, just enjoying the sunset.
This is your
Well, good
typical
morning.
campground site.
So here's what
High
one
Cliff State
typical campground site
Gotta
at
cook
High
the
Cliff
table.
looks like.
Got a
It's
fire
typical. So you can't actually see your neighbors through here.
Just an FYI.
So it's not so not so peacefully quiet. So you can't see through the trees, but they're doable.
But other than that, I mean, it's actually not too bad.
So they actually do have a playground set for kids if you have kids, but
as well.
and we can't forget about
sites needs to check the bathroom.
the toilets.
So let's go take a look.
So let's actually see what the vicinity is all about. It's your pretty much vault toilet.
Fairly clean.
Paper towel. Actually not too bad in here.
Don't forget
And you got your hand sanitizer. If you have garbage, you can actually just chuck it out there too. You can tell we're going to start the hike out. And we have a nice view of the cliff and some nice, lovely rock formations. It's always kind of neat to see these in nature. Takes a lot of work to prep one. And if you haven't been to High Cliff State Park in Shorewood, Wisconsin, they're kind of known for their rock formations, their cliffs, their limestones. They even have Native American effigy mounds and an industrial lime quarry town.
This is part of the
But for now, we are actually going to take a slight hike around the Red Line Trail. And yes, if you're camping here, the Red Line Trail does come right past, so you can easily pop on and off the trail whenever you feel like. So it's actually a fairly easy hike along. So let's go take some ganders along some lovely rock formations.
Definitely cool to see actually all these put together. And another view of
Now the state was acquiring this lovely state park back in 1954, but it didn't officially become a state park until 1957. as you can tell, this state park
Definitely
is
many
on
spots
Lake
off the
Winnebago.
Red Cliff Trail. They'll give you different viewpoints of Lake
So it's
Winnebago.
actually kind of on the furthest point close to Green
And
Bay
you might
area.
see some rock formations.
So it's very doable depending on
Do
where
enjoy
you're
the
coming
view.
from. And as you can tell, this trail does have little spurs off of the trail, so we'll take a few minor trails off the main one, and you do come onto some overlooks like this one. It's actually a pretty cool overlook from the trail. Actually kind of a stunning view, and it's a really kind of a neat spot to sit and then take in the view. So I was talking about spurs trails. You come across where you can actually go into some of the rock formations. As you can tell on the left here, we're actually coming on a really few cool rock formations. And yes, we'll go into some of these off-site trails to actually really look into some more of these. Now, if you actually get here in fall,
And this is more of the quarry
some
section
of these tree lines are really pretty
of the Redbird Trail.
and
As
actually
you
have a
kinda
really cool
see
view. Highly
rock
recommend the Red Line Trail
wall.
in fall
It's
when
actually kinda
colors
cool
are
to
actually
actually
coming
walk
in
inside of
view.
it.
And it's a stunning
As
view.
the sun's starting to come up.
Been here during
and
fall,
warm up
pretty
everything.
view. Recommend
And yes,
this trail
you can see the nice rock
in
right
fall
there.
time.
As we're walking along some of those rock formations. Kind of get a little bit rocky, but it'll still look kind of cool. Just think about driving along the road and you see that. And a nice sunshine. Get a little bit closer for you so you can kind of get some of the detail. Still pretty cool. Let's continue on to the trail. Let's sneak a peek in here.
One many offline trails, you can call it. Kind of neat to explore, especially when no one's around, because this trail can get a little bit high traffic just because of the location. So definitely
hidden
recommend
trails.
coming in early
Why not explore them?
before everybody gets up. And I
Kind
do
of an
like
eye
my
out
rock
some turkey
formations.
vultures.
So it's really kind of always neat. And they do
close.
actually have
Gotta
quite a
move
few
over.
other trails besides the Red Line. There's the Native Effigy Mountain Trail
Kind of a big
and
impressive
some
rock.
native, like other smaller trails along the way. But this is probably like their well-known trail, just because of the rock
front of
formations.
the rock formation that we just saw moments ago.
And if you didn't know, they also have a limestone trail.
Now you do
Which
have a
we'll
picnic
kind of
spot
look into a little
along
bit
the Red
later.
Trail. As you can see, kind of a nice spot. And a slight
If you find it right,
mini
it rains
waterfall.
a lot. You see this little linear
Give me a minute to get down
waterfall
there.
here.
We can try to get a front
It
view
does
of it.
disappear when you're actually extremely dry. We'll go take it down a little bit so you can actually get a better view of the lovely little waterfall. And yes, you can walk in here when it's dry.
Kind of a cool view, and it's actually very peaceful along the trail. As long as you don't mind people walking by, coming around, and then observing. Time to go back to hiking along the trail.
It's always one of a neat area to explore and sit for a couple minutes. Or you can sit on one of the nice lovely benches and take in the views.
Another mini quarry area. Definitely gets pretty in here in fall. Definitely a nice blue sky today.
Just some turkey vultures in the air. Always fun to watch them. As much as some people might not like them, they're actually kind of fun to watch. Now this area can get a little underwater, especially if it rains quite a bit. But as you can tell, it's not too bad today.
Hidden trails means hidden rocks. Kind of a neat view inside a hidden trail.
Just enjoying the nice, lovely high cliffs, enjoying the early times of the year. And as you can tell, we're on the off side. Some days you just gotta
See what I mean by hidden?
the uncertainty
Kind of overgrown.
and take the off-road.
So don't be afraid to kind of go in between some of these trails and see what's actually in them, just because you kind of get some hidden stuff in here. And it's nice and sunny today. It's kind of nice. And kind of nice to be where spring is finally starting to come out more and more each day.
We are approaching the 12-foot statue honoring Winnebago or Chunk Chief Redbird, who now overlooks,
As you can see,
Lake Winnebago. He sits here because of the Native American effigy mounds, which were probably built sometime between 1000 AD and 15,000 AD. There's 30 ceremonial and burial effigy mounds on this lovely state park. So if you want to do that, that is
Lake Winnebago.
you do come across it on the Redbird Trail. So that's a little bit another of a trail that goes around. I see they actually made a plaque for him. So it's really kind of neat because they do have a whole nother trail for you if you want to look at
off
effigy mounds.
to go to the
That
tower.
is up to you. But it's a really pretty day today. But we got to do one more overlook for you. We are going to climb up those stairs. It's a really kind of cool view from the top. If you don't like stairs. Obviously, it gives you a little bit of information about the tower. Let's climb to the top. I'll meet you on the top. Now this is actually a pretty cool view of the surrounding areas as well as Lake Winnebago. So let's enjoy the view from the top. So this is actually very close to the tower. There's lovely, like there's a fence in area. You can take a look. And nice lovely flowers along the way as we traveled back to our campground. And more lovely rocks, sticks. So yes, we are traveling back to our lovely campground. Just enjoying nature some more. Now the Red Line Trail does make a loop. It actually makes a loop around the campground. And it goes eventually back to the main trail. Got like fungi, mushrooms sticking out of trees. Don't mind me. It's a fairly easy trail to follow. You won't get lost. Yeah, I'm a sucker for weird stuff, don't mind me. But pretty cool. That's one heck of a woodpecker job. That must have took him a while. And a whole lot of work.
Reminds of what woodpeckers do in nature.
But give it up to the tree.
See holes
That's
all
still
over,
going strong.
as we always hear them in nature.
That's amazing
I
work.
think I take video
If
of
I
this
like my fungi.
just because it's
cool.
here.
So we are coming across the limestone trail, which these are the limestone kilns that begin the trail. So they started in 1855, and it was a commercial quarrying and brickyards began. So the small company town supported dozens of immigrants, workers, with 16 houses, a general store, a post office, and you guessed it, a tavern. So eventually the limestone stopped back in September 1956 was the final load limestone was processed. That will give you information about it, how the lime kilns were used back in the town that was active.
can get some of your information here with the history, the map, even some other information. And this is pretty much a cool old postage general store of Highcliffe.